So it is the participation of scientists of 20 countries that this event is taking place. I am also president of the Indian National Science Academy, and to my right is Professor Ajay Sood, who is the principal scientific advisor to the Government of India in Delhi. And we are both scientists, and this one, the event has been organized with inputs of scientists from the G20 countries. Scientists from 10 countries were present here physically, and other countries had given their inputs in different forms. So I'll just give you very quickly the theme and the content. आप सब इनको जानते हैं? Would you like to introduce this?
I am Abhishek Chandra. I am the Nodal Officer of G20 from the State Government of Tripura, and presently I am posted as Secretary Industries and Commerce.
Thank you. So to begin with, you see the major theme of our G20 is one earth, one family, one future. Now this is so true for climate, for example. All the challenges that we face today, sustainable development challenge, this is totally a global challenge, which is why G20 is so important, because there is no nation, there is no society which can address the problem of climate change on their own, because what happens, the global emissions, they determine our future and our fate and our livelihood and our jobs and the opportunities which would be there. So this is why G20 is so important, and that we have to work together as a global force to address these problems of climate change and sustainable development. Now energy or clean energy is a very important part of sustainable future, sustainable development and climate change. So what we need right now is clean energy for the greener future, which is the theme of this today's conference of S20, cleaner energy for greener future. Now, so to have cleaner energy, there are many things which are happening around the world, but there are also a lot of new things which are happening around the world which give us hope for the future, and they create new opportunities for businesses, for society, for jobs, for everything else. So these three themes of the clean energy that were considered in this conference, in this event. The first one is green hydrogen. So that is really the future of all clean energies, green hydrogen. What it means is that without burning coal, without using any petrol, diesel, all of these things, we generate hydrogen, for example, from water. By electrolysis or splitting of water, we generate hydrogen, and the energy used for splitting water may be solar energy, maybe wind energy, maybe hydel energy. So all of these renewable, sustainable forms of energy. So hydrogen, that is one very big area in which there is work around the globe, and there is a hydrogen mission in Delhi, which will be taking this forward in India. The second theme of clean energy is energy from oceans. Oceans, there are so many things we get from oceans, and there is such a big coastline in India to get energy from there, not just materials, not just food, but also energy. So that can come as a geothermal, thermal energy, because there is a temperature difference across the different layers of ocean. The wave energy, the tidal energy, and so on. And the third theme which was discussed today is related to energy storage. Energy storage is the most important challenge in renewable clean energy, because as you get more energy from sun, as you get more energy from wind, it is not constant. So night time you don't get as much energy. When the wind is blowing, you get more energy, otherwise you don't get energy. So night time you may not get solar energy, for example. So if you want to balance the grid supply energy constantly, you also need to store energy. So imagine, that would take, full, the whole universe will be filled up with batteries before you provide such a big backup of the energy. So new methods have to be devised for doing storage of energy, which has such a huge capacity that it supports the grid in those times, in those days when energy is not being generated. So these are three things, and so at the same time that we need to have clean energy to also have a sustainable future, as I pointed out. And so I talked about three verticals of this, and the fact that there were all these G20 countries, many of them are developed, some are developing, all of them have to work together. So this particular meeting, as well as other activities which will go on now until the end of November in India, because India's presidency of G20 will go to Brazil on December 1st. So until then, we would be working on these themes, producing reports, also policy papers, and also action map on what needs to be done with cooperation of other countries to make it possible to realize the potential, to realize the option goals in this area. So that is a very brief introduction to the event here. I also say that each one of these participants who came here from abroad and from India, various corners of it, they have been so impressed with Agartala and with Tripura. For many of them, it is the first time that they have come here, but I am sure that this is not the last time they have come here, nor is it the last time they will be talking about it. So every single person they know in life, they are going to narrate the career of Agartala and Tripura and its people and its the government that made all these events possible, and its culture, its handicrafts. There is an exhibition going on down here where the local craft and handicraft and the products of Tripura are being displayed. So they are fantastic, wonderful, but many around the world may not know about them. So this is a great opportunity to showcase our culture. For example, the dress. Even my wife went and said they buy 5 of these dresses from somewhere. It's just that people didn't know about it. But once they see it, I have no doubt that they would be so extraordinarily impacted and interested and feel kinship with these products and this culture. So it serves a dual role, in terms of science, in terms of our future sustainability aspects and energy, and many things were debated which are of local, importance to Tripura. So, having energy needs of the state, even small villages, small standalone houses, how do we actually, provide energy to all of these isolated villages, households in a distributed manner. So all of these, from global to local, which is called glocal. So we must think globally, we must act locally on that, and so we combine global and local is called glocal, GLOCAL. And so this conference like this, it provides this opportunity for us to be local, to be work together with the global community for the best technology, science solutions, and then implement them here, and with the state government and also the central government working together. Whole lot of those things are totally possible. They are happening and they will continue to happen, even with greater speed and greater scale. And science and technology are the pillars on which our future development totally ride. So I conclude here, and I give to Professor Ajay Sood, as I said, Principal Scientific Advisor to the Government of India, to give his views about the conference.
Actually, Professor Ashutosh Sharma has covered all the aspects very succinctly. I will only add India's effort in green hydrogen in few lines. On 4th January, this green hydrogen mission was launched by Government of India, which is steered by MNRE, Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. The cost of this mission is almost 18,000 crores. And in this mission, many ministries are involved: Ministry of Steel, Petroleum and Natural Gas, Fertilizers, you name it, many science bodies, and so on, shipping. So what it means, it reflects is the seriousness with which our government has taken up this responsibility to address the climate change, for which we have made a commitment of net zero by 2070. This cannot come without very, very strong efforts. And what we discussed today was one part of that, some parts of that, and I am sure that with the focus of our leadership, Honorable Prime Minister, all these efforts will go a long way in achieving the net zero carbon emission by 2070. So, but if there are any specific questions, I'll be happy, and you can just go ahead and ask. Just wanted to also mention that electric mobility, electric vehicle is again a big program for Government of India. You know that there have been lot of PLIs, lot of schemes called FAME 1, FAME 2, which has given lots and lots of incentive to the industries to go for these electric vehicles. And now FAME 3 has come, FAME, you can Google it. So what I'm saying is, there are many verticals to get net zero carbon emission. It's not one or two, many of them. And our government is committed to meet the challenges, whatever comes in that direction. Thank you.
And Mr. Chandra, he would like to, brief them about the state government's view.
So I just want to say that Honorable Chief Minister had met the scientists from India only. I mean, see the vision which is there. And he met at the residence. At his residence, he called the scientists who were here to look into the possibility of exploring a partnership in getting that technology in Tripura. He has been the driving force in seeing that overview. We have all been doing the work effortlessly, which I am thankful to the chair, sir, that he has just told us about Tripura. So we are humbled by your by your kind words. But sir has been a scientist, but he's also been the secretary. He was a secretary of Science and Technology, and he was a secretary in the Government of India, to whom I was also reporting his colleague in Government of India. In 1984 batch officer he was, and he has done so much for the country, and now heads the chair. We are expecting some kind of policies that we would be guided with the scientists and by the chair, sir, INSA basically, to see if we can bring that technology in Tripura, facilitate that both in terms of industry and in terms of also innovation. If we can do that, that is going to add to the scientific temper. In the morning you had seen that Honorable CM had also said that we have more than 96% literacy here. And if that can be channelized, if it can be brought in to bring that kind of technologies here, it would be of immense value to the state and to the nation. I would also like to thank Professor Sood, because I was told that sir had a session just a while ago, one day before, in another place, and he couldn't catch the chartered flight, and yet see the commitment of a senior officer like him. So sir, I thank you sir for your time and to bring and to come to our state. He advises the Honorable PM. So if this is the level at which we are getting the support, we would be very, very grateful if they can support us in the future. And last and not the least, my colleague who joined just now, Rajkumar ji, director from the DST, he has been visiting Tripura, has seen some of the differences that we have made, and we are making it as seamlessly as possible. And we would like to bring it to the people here that they have been very, very happy with whomever they have interacted, even on the field. Sir, if you don't, if you allow us, sir, we can take some questions from them, sir. Before you take the questions, I would say that Bangla te apni bolben na, apni Hindi athwa English, because they are from outside, so that's a request. If you can speak in Hindi or in English, and of course you can introduce yourself also, where you're from, so that they also have a feel that who's asking them the question. The mic.
नमस्ते सर, मैं संदीप ईश्वर फ्रॉम जागरण न्यूज़पेपर। मुझे सर एक चीज़ ये जानना था कि जो आज विभिन्न विषय में चर्चा हुआ है, उसमें जो ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन है, इसकी संभावना त्रिपुरा में कितना है? ये जो मिशन शुरू हुई है, उसमें त्रिपुरा पार्टिसिपेट करना चाहती है, और इसमें त्रिपुरा का संभावनाएं कितनी है?
देखिए, हमें ये मैप करना पड़ेगा कि यहाँ रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी की कितनी कैपेसिटी है जो अभी जिसको हम यूज़ कर पाएंगे, और रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी के साथ साथ ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन बनेगी। तो हमारा अभी ये जो टेक्निकल इवैल्यूएशन होगा और जो स्टेट कर रहा है, उसमें एक चीज़ और है जो मैं शायद बताना रह गया। इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस के साथ साथ बायोमास से हाइड्रोजन प्रोड्यूस करना इज अनदर रूट जिसमें इंडिया कैन टेक ए लीड। उस रूट में त्रिपुरा कैन हैव ए लीडिंग एज, क्योंकि आपका बैम्बू प्रोडक्शन बहुत ज़्यादा है। उस बैम्बू से ऑलरेडी टेक्नोलॉजी है कि उस बायोमास से, बैम्बू से या वुड से ऑलरेडी ये स्टीम को मिला के, सिन गैस को मिला के, जो टेक्नोलॉजी ऑलरेडी प्रूव हो गई है इंडिया में, इंडियन इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ साइंस ने और आईओसी ने, इंडियन ऑयल कॉरपोरेशन ने ऑलरेडी दिखा दिया है कि बायोमास से अगर सिर्फ करेंगे, उससे ज़्यादा अगर उनकी टेक्नोलॉजी से लेंगे तो 60% ज़्यादा मिलेगा। तो त्रिपुरा में बायोमास रूट फॉर ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन is a huge potential which should be exploited.
इसमें मैं ये भी जोड़ दूं कि हमारे साइंटिस्ट के जो ऑनरेबल चीफ मिनिस्टर के साथ मीटिंग हुई थी, उसमें भी ये काफ़ी डिस्कस किया गया था कि यहाँ के जो प्राकृतिक उत्पाद हैं, जैसे कि बैम्बू है, ये बांस है, इन सब का उपयोग कैसे किया जा सकता है। तो इसके उपयोग में एक जो इसका उपयोग है वो इसके लिए, इससे जो ऊर्जा पैदा करना, एनर्जी को पैदा करना, वो भी इसके अंदर है। तो क्लीन एनर्जी, बायोमास के द्वारा हाइड्रोजन पैदा करना और डायरेक्ट मतलब एनर्जी पैदा करना, ये भी उसमें सम्मिलित हैं। और बांस के बहुत सारे उपयोग हैं। तो इस पर जो चर्चा हुई उसमें ये भी पाया गया कि जैसे अभी इसकी बांस की क्वालिटी को कैसे अच्छा किया जाए, क्योंकि कई बार अलग अलग वैरायटी के बांस उगते हैं, तो उनको जो प्रोसेस करके इसे बनाते हैं, ये सारे टाइल्स वगैरह, वो एक यूनिफॉर्म क्वालिटी के नहीं बन पाते। और जो हमारे पास मशीन है प्रोसेस करने की बांस वगैरह को, उसके अंदर भी कुछ बहुत अभी डेवलपमेंट नहीं हुआ है। तो ये इन सब बाधाओं को दूर करते हुए अगर हम बांस का साइंटिफिक तरीके से प्रयोग करें तो उसमें यहाँ की संभावनाएं बहुत बढ़ जाती हैं। मतलब बिजनेस पूरा न केवल यहाँ, न केवल भारत में, बल्कि पूरे संसार में इसका बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस हो सकता है। तो इस पर भी चर्चा हुई थी कि ये जो अपने प्राकृतिक संसाधन हैं यहाँ पर, प्राकृतिक जो चीज़ें हैं उपलब्ध हैं, और बांस उसका बहुत बड़ा भाग है, पर और भी चीज़ें हैं, उनको कैसे अच्छे आजकल के साइंस के द्वारा उपयोग करके और यहाँ पे और भी ज़्यादा अपॉर्चुनिटी पैदा की जाए। तो ये माननीय जो चीफ मिनिस्टर हैं उनका इसमें बहुत जोर था कि कैसे उसको हम बेहतर करें साइंस को यूज़ करके। अभी
I am Joydeep Chakraborty, news editor, Tripura Times newspaper. Sir, we have seen several eco-friendly or clean energies in Tripura, like as you mentioned, solar energy, biomass, etc. But we have also noticed that these are very much costly things. As far as the rural people or even the middle class family concerned, this cost is too high. So in case of this green hydrogen, have you discussed anything regarding the economies of the scale and cost effectiveness, etc.?
नो, आपकी जो बात है वो बिल्कुल ठीक है। अगर आप हाइड्रोजन की कीमत देखें, ग्रीन हाइड्रोजन की, तकरीबन इसमें $5 या $6 पर किलोग्राम आती है। ऑब्वियसली ज़्यादा है, इसको कम करना बहुत ज़रूरी है। पर ऑलरेडी इस कॉस्ट के साथ साथ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया का जो हाइड्रोजन मिशन है, जो मैंने पहले बताया था, उसमें PLIs हैं, प्रोडक्शन लिंक्ड इंसेंटिव्स हैं। उसको उनका पर्पज़ ही ये है कि उनको इंसेंटिव को देके आप फॉसिल फ्यूल की जो कॉस्ट के साथ आप करते हैं उसको कुछ देर तक मिलाया जाए। जैसे जैसे टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ेगी, $5 या $6 अभी जो है, उम्मीद है कि $3 अगले 3 साल तक आने की उम्मीद है। और फिर जो गोल है, गोल्डन गोल, वो तो $1 है पर किलोग्राम, उसमें टाइम लगेगा। हाँ, ₹100 समझ लीजिए, 80-100 रुपया, उसमें टाइम लगेगा। इसमें अगर आप इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस की बात करेंगे तो इसका काफ़ी कॉस्ट सोलर पैनल की कॉस्ट पे निर्भर है, क्योंकि आपको पहले तो रिन्यूएबल एनर्जी चाहिए। तो अगर इसको प्राइस को कम करना है तो सोलर फोटोवोल्टाइक की कॉस्ट को भी कम करना पड़ेगा, जिस पे अभी इंसेंटिव्स हैं। पर हम अपनी R&D करके या अपनी जो इंडस्ट्रियल कैपेबिलिटी को बढ़ा के सोलर फोटोवोल्टाइक को भी कॉस्ट कम करनी पड़ेगी।
But to answer this question one more, which is what I was hearing in the session, and I was fortunate to be a part of that session. We are a little bit around 7 to 8 years away. Just to answer this question directly to you, there is a lot of research before the technology matures. There is a lot of research when the technology after maturity also comes as an economy where it can be used in various forums. Even in US, where it is being tried, even in China, where they are doing this research and there were delegates who are deliberating today. It is around 7 to 8 years of hardcore thing, and therefore we in Tripura don't want to be left out, is what we are saying this. We want them to do that kind of research also in Tripura.
हालांकि थोड़ा अभी टाइम लगेगा, लेकिन इसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि हाइड्रोजन ही फ्यूचर है। मतलब क्लीन एनर्जी का जो फ्यूचर है वो हाइड्रोजन है, इसमें किसी को भी 0% भी शक नहीं है। तो उसके लिए जैसा कि कहा प्रोफेसर सूद ने कि अभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा महंगा है, लेकिन वो भी अभी चलने लगेगा, क्योंकि जो सब्सिडी है, जो हम मतलब दूसरे जैसे कोयले का उपयोग करते हैं, तो उसकी भी कॉस्ट है, उसकी हिडन कॉस्ट है। तो उसको उस पर हेल्थ का प्रभाव पड़ता है, एनवायरनमेंट का प्रभाव पड़ता है, सब जो प्रभाव पड़ता है उसको क्लीन करना होगा आपको, तो उसके लिए भी तो पैसा लगाती है सरकार। तो एक तरह से उसकी हिडन कॉस्ट है जो हम दूसरी चीज़ों का उपयोग करते हैं, तो उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट करते हैं हाइड्रोजन से, तो वो सब कॉस्ट बचती हैं। तो इसीलिए सब्सिडी जो कि गवर्नमेंट की है उसका महत्व बढ़ जाता है। जैसे शुरू में जब सोलर एनर्जी शुरू हुई थी, आपको याद है क्या भाव थी? जैसे सोलर एनर्जी एक यूनिट कितने की मिलती थी, और आज कितने की मिलती है। तो वो जब शुरू में सोलर एनर्जी शुरू हुई थी, वो क्लीन एनर्जी थी, तो उसमें गवर्नमेंट सब्सिडी थी कि जिससे कि वो बराबर पड़ जाए और चीज़ों के। तो ऐसे ही जब हाइड्रोजन शुरू होगी तो सब्सिडी होगी जिससे कि वो बराबर पड़े, और जैसे जैसे तकनीकी बढ़ती जाएगी उसकी कॉस्ट कम होती जाएगी, तो फिर उसमें सब्सिडी की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी।
Any other questions?
आप सबका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। सो वी आर वेरी ग्रेटफुल फॉर इंटरेक्शन विद ऑल ऑफ यू। थैंक यू सो वेरी मच फॉर कमिंग हियर। Even if you have some questions, you can tell us tomorrow also, we are here. You can answer. Thank you.
और you can send an email also. अगर if you want हम लोग forward भी कर देंगे। आप लोगों को जो है जिस तरह से आप लोगों ने कवर किया है, I am also personally thanking all of you, my media friends, for the same. Thank you all. हाँ, वो प्रेस रिलीज जो है हम लोग जो है आईसीए डिपार्टमेंट को यहाँ पे आईसीए से कौन है, हाँ, তো আমি আপনাকে দিয়ে দেবো আইসিএ থেকে। আপনি সবাইকে যে আপনার গ্রুপ আছেন না ওই জায়গায় আপনি দিয়ে দেন।